Rob, you play on September 3rd, and then you play on September 4th, and then you wait a little bit. How's the wait been?
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a lot of practice right now for our team, and I think it's been good for the coaching staff to be able to get some of the systems in place, look at power play, penalty kill. It's maybe tough on the players because as a player you want to be playing games constantly, but there's pros and cons to both. But it's been a while since we've played a game, that's for sure.
When you talk about implementing a system, is that an ongoing process, or is that something you can say, hey, we can take these 2 weeks and then everybody will have the basics and we're ready to go?
I think when you have a veteran team coming back, you can do that because you might only have 3 or 4 players new in your lineup that have to learn a system. But this year, with so many different players, 2 age groups coming in for the first time, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take a lot more reps, a lot more work with the coaches, more video, everything, because there's so many players that don't get the system. It's they can't even watch some of the older players ahead of them sometimes because they're all new for the most part. So it's a different feel for our coaches. I know that.
Rosters are kind of in flux all over the place with NHL camps and still with some European imports. And in your case, Kirill Steklov started the year with a KHL team and Vityaz Podolsk. Let's kind of start with European imports and Kirill Steklov. What can you tell us?
Yeah, he's still right now playing games in the KHL. Last we spoke to him and his agent. They were taking it day by day. They didn't know if he was going to be there for the full season or he was going to be sent back. So he's played some games where he's played quite a bit as far as the minutes are concerned, and some other games where he's had real limited shifts and even sat out a few. So for Kirill right now, it's really up in the air. It's we would say 50-50. It could go either way. So we're hoping to have some better idea probably in the next coming weeks leading into our home opener on what to expect from him.
And then Ruslan Gazizov, what do we know about him?
Yeah, he's been double vaccinated. He has, as of September 27th, he could actually come into the country, but where Steklov is a visa exempt athlete, which means he doesn't have to get a Canadian visa or a U.S. visa. He could just get a visitation record. Ruslan has to actually get a Canadian visa and a U.S. visa. So there's a bit of a backlog, I think, just because of the pandemic, and not many 2004s, from what I understand, across the league have got their Canadian visa yet to be even allowed to bring them into Canada. So at this point, we're monitoring that day to day and looking to see when that gets approved, and once that happens, then as soon as the 27th arrives, any day after that, we can bring them in.
London Knights Associate General Manager Rob Simpson joining us. Rob, it's also a time of year when rookie camps are ending in the National Hockey League. Main camps are beginning. Players are going here, there, and all over, even with what we've got going on. What can you tell us about players who've been away at rookie camps for the Knights?
Yeah, I think some of our players like Antonio Stranges, Max McHugh, even Bryce Montgomery, all are having good camps. They're still there at this point. Ben Rogers had some good games that we've seen as well too. So those players, their rookie camps are now starting to end and they're wrapping up into their main camp. So we'll start to get some notification on them as far as when they're going to be sent back or if they're going to be sent back, and kind of timelines from there. As far as, Stuart Roloffs and Brett Brochu, Liam Gilmartin, they've all been sent back, arrived either yesterday or starting practice today. Liam went down with a bit of an injury, so he was just there for some workouts and some maintenance to get a feel and then was sent back. I know Roloffs and Brett Brochu did very well at their rookie camps and now back ready to be able to play on Friday night with us.
And then finally, let's focus in on the final 4 games of the preseason. What sorts of things are you going to be looking for as management and coaches?
Well, like you said earlier, the first 2 games were really, so long ago. It's you usually use your exhibition games in order to be able to understand your lineup and where everybody fits and who can play and who needs some more seasoning or some more development. And so I think these last 4 games now, after the coaches have been with them and showed them the style of game we want to play in the system, are really going to be used to sort out our lineup. We're going to be looking to say, these guys can play. These guys maybe need some junior B. These guys can play here in the lineup, or first line, second line, or maybe third line or fourth line as well. I think it's also going to allow us to sort out our goaltending. As far as we have 3 right now, we're only going to have 2 here full time as well. So I think it's really, these next 4 games are for players to be able to show where they fit, what they've learned over the last 2 weeks, and make our decisions for us, basically.
It'll be fun for fans to watch. Thanks for this,
Yep.
Rob. Good luck over the last week and a bit of preseason.
Thanks, Stubbsy. Thanks for having me.